So you've probably heard the term dark web thrown around, right? It sounds, well, pretty mysterious and kind of scary. But what if I told you that the journey to get there usually starts in a place you visit every single day? In this explainer, we're going to pull back the curtain and walk through that journey, step by step, to see how it all works.
Yeah, for most people, this whole thing doesn't start with some big, elaborate, shady plan. Not at all. It's usually much simpler. It starts with just a little flicker of curiosity. You hear about it in a documentary, or you see some wild headline about hidden markets, and you just can't help but wonder, what is that all about, really?
And what's the first thing pretty much all of us do when we have a question? We head straight to our old friend, the search bar. You type it in, how to access dark web, kind of expecting to hit a big red warning sign, or maybe some kind of digital gatekeeper telling you, nope, can't go there. You're almost looking for a wall. But what you find instead is a door, or actually more like a roadmap.
Okay, so at first, the search results are exactly what you'd think they'd be. You get a ton of news articles, lots of big, scary safety warnings, the usual stuff. But then, as you keep scrolling, something shifts. The tone changes. It stops being about warning you and starts being about instructing you. You start seeing these really technical guides and these weird-looking links that are definitely not your typical .com.
And this is where you hit your first real roadblock. You start seeing these garbled web addresses, right? But they don't end in .com or .org. They all end in .onion. And if you try to copy and paste one of those into your normal browser, nothing. It just hits a dead end. Your browser has no idea what to do with it. And that's because these addresses, well, they don't live on the regular internet.
Here's the thing you have to understand. Your everyday browser, like Chrome or Safari, and the dark web, they basically speak two completely different languages. Your browser is built for what we call the surface web, all the index stuff we see every day. But to get into this other shadow network, those search results tell you that you need a special key, a very specific gateway called the Tor browser.
And here's a really great way to think about it. The Tor browser isn't just another program on your computer. It's like having a key to a house that doesn't officially exist on the street map. It's literally the only tool built to find and unlock the doors to all those hidden .onion sites.
So you download it, you open it up, and this is what you see. Just a single, simple connect button. But clicking this button, it's nothing like opening a new tab in Chrome. This right here, this is the real threshold. This is the moment you step off the mapped, familiar internet and into something else entirely.
So what's actually happening when you click that button? Well, in an instant, your connection gets wrapped up in multiple layers of heavy-duty encryption. That's why they call it the onion router. Get it? Then your signal is bounced between a bunch of random servers all over the world, like a digital pinball. By the time your request actually reaches a website, it's been bounced around so much that your real location is totally, completely hidden.
And this is such a fundamental shift in how you experience the internet. So you're not just looking at a website from your home anymore. You are now an anonymous participant inside this shadow network. The whole game has changed. Your relationship with the web is now completely different. And what's the end result of all that bouncing and encrypting? You basically become a digital ghost. Your IP address, think of it as your computer's home address, is gone. It's masked. Your identity is hidden. You can now move through this new space and you're not leaving any tracks.
So once you're in, you quickly realize this is a totally unmoderated landscape. It's wild. You can find directories pointing to incredibly important whistleblowing platforms right next to amazing hidden research libraries. And then right next to that, you'll see links to illicit marketplaces. It's all just there, side by side, with zero separation.
And that brings us to maybe the biggest, most critical difference. On the regular internet, the surface web, we're used to certain safety nets, right? We've got moderators, we have admins, we have report buttons we can click if something's wrong. The dark web? It has none of that. Zero. It is a totally unfiltered, unmanaged space that is built from the ground up on one single principle: absolute anonymity. So that leaves us with a really important question. In a space with no moderators, no report buttons, and where absolutely no one is in charge, what keeps you safe? If you get into trouble, who do you turn to? What's the safety net?
The answer is pretty simple, and honestly, a little bit chilling. The only thing keeping you safe is you. Your own knowledge, your own caution. Your digital literacy is the only armor you have. That journey that started with just a simple, innocent search, it ends in a place where being self-reliant isn't just a good idea, It's the only rule that matters. The threshold is crossed, but once you're on the other side, you are completely on your own.